everyone. It's been one heck of a day, day 3 at Drummoyne Oval. Where do we even start? Let's start with the end, Bharat. Bharat Sundaresan here with me. Will Pucovski. That was nasty to watch, man. We were outside, sort of right behind where he was when that happened. At first I thought he'd hit it with a bat for some reason, but man, when you went back and looked at the replay, you could see the dent that the ball made in his helmet, and he just stayed there for a long time on his hands and knees.
Yeah, that was the most worrying part. When he went down, he didn't crash down, which is good.
No, he kind of he was on his back and rolled over.
Yeah, he rolled over,
and
he was on his hands and knees for at least 2 minutes. And doctor came out, and the doctor just let him be. If you remember, like he just let him be, almost just to gather his thoughts, gather himself, which I thought was a good sign. So it wasn't like he didn't need any like emergency. Even like a look. So that
and he got up himself.
He got up himself.
And he walked off.
Yeah, it was like it looked like it was a little wobbly just when he got up. Oops. But yeah, as wobbly as that. But yeah.
Turn the camera this way.
Yeah.
We're getting out of shot. Come on, cameraman.
Sorry, I'm getting used to being next to you with the camera, Mel. But yeah, but it was good to see him walk off.
At the end, yes.
Yeah, and then
James
of course
Patterson.
It was good for us to good of us to just stay back just to see how he is. And I thought Ajinkya Rahane walking all the way up to the Australian dugout to just check on him was a good touch, which is very nice of Ajinkya Rahane.
I guess with the concerning thing, this is the 9th time now that he's had some kind of hit on the head. It was awkward the way he played that ball and got himself into a difficult position, really. And then obviously the main concern is just that he's okay. And we did see him, he was smiling and chatting as he walked off, so that's a really great sign. But then the wider picture, he'll obviously have to have some more concussion tests tomorrow, and just to make sure, if he doesn't have concussion at the moment, he could have delayed concussion, which we just don't know any of that yet. Yeah. But what could this mean for Australia? It's so weird. Just a little while ago, it was like, who will be David Warner's partner?
David Warner will have a say in who will be his partner.
Now he's got an injury problem. We've seen Pucovski with
Joe Burns, which we thought would be the opening partnership going into the Adelaide Test, but now Burns has failed twice in this game. Very loose shot again today off the front foot, inside edged onto the stumps. So
going for a big booming drive.
Big booming drive. They were chasing 131 and 15 overs. Joe Burns was playing the game at the wrong game at the wrong ground, I think, poor guy.
Yeah.
Because we are headed to the SCG, by the way, for the T20I, which might have started by the time we reach, but that's okay. We are good journalists. We have to stay back to check on Will Pucovski.
Yes, that's fine. No, yeah, that's very fine.
Yeah.
But then Marcus Harris, all of a sudden it's Marcus Harris in with a shout, because he's already in the Australian bubble. It's worth pointing out as well that he's already in there. We may even find out by the time we get to the SCG if he's actually been added to the test squad.
Yeah, and before the test squad comes, that pink ball game at the SCG, we still don't know who's going to play. Yeah. Of course, it looked like Australia would take their test team and go off to Adelaide for a little camp, but that's maybe not going to happen. So maybe we'll see the test team play out at the SCG in maybe 2 days time. So but from an Indian perspective, I thought they have a lot of questions to answer themselves. Again, the top order collapsing, Prithvi Shaw and Shubman Gill getting out to lose shots.
Oh, let's
shots
talk
that could have been avoided. But
let's
then
talk
came the
about
moment of the
Pujara. I mean, honestly, this guy. And can I just let you in on a little secret? When we were there at the end, just waiting for the Australians to go past and make sure Will Pucovski looked okay, Michael Nisa walked past. The first thing he did is look up at his #1 fan and just give him a little wave. And Bharat, the acknowledgement that he bowled the ball of the day.
Oh, of course. And he was also the only guy doing the right thing. He was the only guy who had the mask on. So, and you wanted to know who it was. I didn't even have to look. I knew who it would be. So, but what a ball it was. It kind of angled in and straight in, hit top off. Like, you need a magical ball to get rid of Chiteshwar Pujara when he bats in Australia. And
well, how often do you see his off stump get pegged off?
Exactly.
Pegged back like that? It's
and
not very.
does Michael Nisa have to prove anything else? Well, I don't know.
Nisa, hashtag Nisa must play.
Hashtag Nisa must play. Come on, guys. Like, we need to get it going again. But you also got Hanuma Vihari out. But yeah, just a few concerns for India. This is just the first warm-up game. But the fact that the batsmen are getting out playing some shots that they could have avoided is not a great sign.
We should mention too, the pitch was a bit up and down
It
today.
definitely was.
It
Yeah,
was
I mean, we spoke to
tougher.
a few cricketers from both teams, and both of them, or all of them, felt that it was up and down. Maybe not the kind of third day pitch you see in a warm-up game, when it's generally flat and teams just bat the whole day and it's an early finish. Clearly, it wasn't an early finish, and a lot of positives for India in the bowling department again. Umesh Yadav, like I said, new ball, got rid of Joe Burns.
Umesh has been outstanding.
Oops. Yeah, he has been
Umesh-
much better than I have been with this camera.
Yeah,
but
definitely much better. I might hire Umesh as my camera operator, I think.
you know who you should hire as your camera pro?
Who?
Karthik Tyagi. What a year he's having.
Oh my gosh.
Young kid, played the Under-19 World Cup at the start of the year, made his mark for the Rajasthan Royals in the IPL, and there he was today. You know, he walked out to bat when India was just around 80 runs ahead, when it looked like the Indians, as they're calling themselves, could be facing defeat at that point, and he batted for at least 45 minutes, close to an hour. He was fronting up to a fired up James Pattinson, and ended the day with that ball that hit Pekoski on the head. What a year he's been having.
What a game he's been having. But all through, like, oh sorry, this car bunny hops here, have you noticed that?
I think everybody has now.
But yeah, he's impressed. I thought that Siraj is impressed with the way he's bowled. Umesh has been outstanding though, especially with the new ball.
Yeah.
Wow, I think he's done himself every favour that he possibly could with selectors.
Mel, we've just like realized that you are some sort of goddess, because the sun's like shining down on you. There you go. We always knew it. Your fans in India knew it, Melinda Farrell, but now it's been, the camera doesn't lie, does it? But yeah, on that note, it's maybe
that note.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, before Goddess Mel gets carried away, Umesh Yadav may have cemented himself in that test squad for the first test. Early days again. We're headed to the SCG, where we will be going again starting Friday for the day-night game, which will decide not just India's test playing 11 but Australia's as well. Hopefully Will Pekoski, just on the basis of what he looked like while he was walking away, Mel, I think maybe it's not as serious as we thought it could be, which is a good sign.
I hope not.
Yeah, and maybe we will see him in Adelaide.
Yeah, I tell you what, India will bowl short to him though, wouldn't you?
I think everybody's going to target his helmet. I mean,
I hope it doesn't get hit. Like, but it was just one of those weird days. We sort of thought so many things at the start of this tour match, and now there are just so many questions. And maybe there weren't the questions that we were asking at the start. So it's been really interesting. And I don't know.
I have only one question for you now, Mel.
What is that?
How much longer will it take us to get to the SCG? Are we there yet? Anyway.
We're close.
Yeah, before Mel gets even more excited about reaching the SCG, I'll say goodbye. Mel, do you want to say something?
I'm just going to say goodbye too, because I'm a responsible driver and I'm concentrating.
It's generally when we get to this point of our journey, then Mel starts focusing on the road. So goodbye, and we'll see you next time.
See you soon.